I want to start today by telling you a joke. What's green and invisible? Beginnings are really important. Have you ever listened to a song and the first couple of notes have made you smile because you know what's coming? Or have you ever watched a film and seen the opening scene and looked forward to what's coming? Or opened a book and read the first line and automatically decided it's going to be your next favourite? Let's play a quiz, shall we? I'm going to share the start of a book and you see if you can work out what book it is from the first line.
So we're going to have 10 books. All of them are children's books, and we're going to read the first line, and you can have a competition in your house to see who gets the most right. So number 1. A mouse took a stroll through the deep, dark wood. Does that sound familiar? How many of you are going to get it right? Well, that one is, of course, the Gruffalo. Number 2. In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf. In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf comes from the Very Hungry Caterpillar. Well done if you got that right. Next one's a slightly older children's book. Once there were 4 children whose names were Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy. Which book are those 4 children from? This one is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Let's see if you can get this one. Here is Edward Bear, coming down the stairs now, bump, 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 on the back of his head behind Christopher Robin. I think Christopher Robin might be the giveaway here. It is, of course, Winnie the Pooh. How are you doing so far? Next one. All children except one grow up. All children except one grow up. That's a great first line, isn't it? Of course, it comes from Peter Pan. Well done. Here's the next one then. Once upon a time, there were 4 little rabbits, and their names were Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and... I'm not going to give away the title, am I? That would be crazy. But it is, of course, Peter Rabbit. Next one, you can get half a mark if you get the right franchise, but I want the book. The hottest day of the summer so far was drawing to a close, and a drowsy silence lay over the large square houses of Privet Drive. So Privet Drive told you it was Harry Potter, but which one of the Harry Potter books? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Harry Potter, The Order of the Phoenix. Very well done if you picked the right one there. Once there was a little girl called Sophie. She was having tea with her mummy in the kitchen. Suddenly there was a ring at the door. Who's at the door? Who's at the door? Someone better answer it. The tiger who came to tea. Well done, everybody, if you got that right. Here we go. These 2 very old people are the father and mother of Mr. Bucket. These 2 very old people are the father and mother of Mr. Bucket. Did you guess? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Next one. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Perhaps less of a children's book, but it is the Bible in Genesis, from the first book of the Bible. Here's a bonus one for you. Once upon a time. Once upon a time. Okay, perhaps that was a bit of a trick question, because there are so many stories that start once upon a time.
How'd you get on? See, books are quite important in our house. Being married to somebody who sells books, it would be difficult for them not to be. But the thing about books is, there's always more than one page. There's always more than the first line. Beginnings are important because they set the scene, but what's really important is what comes after the beginning. The next sentence, the next paragraph, the next chapter, the next book. If we only read the first line of books, we never learn what happens next. If we never reach the punchline in a joke, we'd never enjoy it. It was this cabbage, by the way. Beginnings should make us want to turn to the next page, to join the journey, to do the task at hand. If they don't do that, they're not very good beginnings. This weekend we're celebrating a new beginning. Nottingham North and Nottingham East circuits have come together to make Nottingham North East circuit. Now some of you may be yawning and thinking, well, that's not very exciting, and I'm not particularly excited to see what happens next now. And other people are thinking, well, why are we worrying about the beginning? What's really important is what comes next. To those people who just want what's next, let's start by getting excited at the beginning. And to those who don't know why it's exciting, I want to let you into a little secret. One of the opening lines from our quiz was the first line of the Bible. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That book went on to talk about God's story with the world, talking about how much he loves what he's made and how people need to love the world and love each other and love God as well. It's a story with ups and downs and highs and lows, with life and death and war and peace and love and hate. It's a story that can make us happy and sad, excited and angry, confused and anxious, but confident. And the Bible seems like a pretty big book, and like it might well be finished because it's so big, but I'm not sure it is. What I understand about God is that there are bits of God's story that are still missing, that are as yet unwritten, and they're the bits that involve you and me, and Nottingham North East circuit, and what we do next. And so today is the beginning of the next chapter. We're excited and ready to go into the rest of the story, and to see what God has in store for us, and to see what it means for us to love God, to love the world, and to love the people we meet. Instead of a craft this week, I want you to use your imaginations, and perhaps with the help of an old and grumbly person in your house, like mum or dad, to write down what the next part of our story might look like. What do you think we might do as people, as Christians, as the church, and as a circuit to show love to God? What do you think we might do as people, as Christians, as the church, and as a circuit to show love to the world? What do you think we might do as people, as Christians, as the church, and as a circuit to show love to other people? Now, if you manage to write something or to draw a picture or even record yourself on a video talking about what we could do, we'd love for you to share it with us so that we can use it to help us write the next bit of our story with God together. Because whilst the beginning is good, what's next is even more exciting.